Welcome to New Hampshire's Business. I'm Fred Coker. The demand for electricity is increasing with more electric appliances, electric heating, and electric vehicles and data processing centers that move the peak use of electricity in the summer months to the winter months. Take a look at this graph from ISO New England, which is the independent organization that regulates the flow of electricity throughout the New England states. Significant growth, demand growth, and here it is. The yellow bars are summer peak demand, and the blue bars are winter peak demand. So note the increase in winter demand from 2023 on the left to 2050 on the right, all due to the transition to electric heat and electric vehicles and data centers over the next quarter century. Is New Hampshire making the changes needed to meet this change? Well, we've got EV charging, the electric vehicle charging stations. The state is expected to receive about $17 million over 5 years to help develop charging stations for electric vehicles on travel routes like I-93 and I-89. And the New Hampshire announcement, April 24th, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency announced the state of New Hampshire has been selected to receive $43,510,000 from the Solar for All Competitive Grants Program. Now, with me to walk through this is the Executive Director of Clean Energy New Hampshire, Sam Evans-Brown, which has a significant board membership, including the former Commissioner of the Department of Environmental Services, Tom Burek, right?
That is correct.
Sam, welcome. Nice to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
This change in summer peak to winter peak just adds to the peaks, right? It adds to the demand. Is New Hampshire prepared for this?
Well, I'd say there's two answers to that. There's the generation of the electricity and then getting it to your house. On the generation side, I'm pretty optimistic. I would say if you look at the interconnection queues for ISO New England, there are tens of thousands of megawatts of clean energy projects and energy storage projects that are trying to get built right now to meet that demand. And so I'm fairly sanguine. And if you look at the legislature here in New Hampshire, we're making the changes needed in order to accommodate that growth in generation. We're adapting our siting procedures to make them more streamlined. There's 2 bipartisan bills that are advancing in the State House to try to speed up siting this year. And there's another one on interconnection, which has been a little more contentious.
What's interconnection? You describe that for our audience.
So right now, when we talk about small scale projects, community scale solar projects, there's almost 500 megawatts of those projects that is trying to get built right now in New Hampshire that are hung up in the interconnection study process, just learning how much it's going to cost them to connect to the grid. That's correct.
Right.
And we need to speed that process up. We need clear and transparent timelines and guidelines so that those projects will be able to get built. And both of those bills are advancing on a bipartisan basis. And so I'm fairly optimistic about the generation. The distribution side, I'm worried. Now,
the key players, you mentioned the legislature, there's the Public Utilities Commission, the Department of Energy, and of course the utilities themselves. Are they all working together to do what you just said?
Well, so I think the real problem is that the regulatory model that the utilities are operating under is one that was for the last century and needs to be adapted to this modern challenge.
Okay.
Right now, the utilities make their money by building more capital infrastructure, and the reality is that if we meet those peak demands by just building more and more infrastructure, electric rates will rise. Meanwhile, if we can try to push demand away from those peaks, sell more kilowatt hours of electricity over our existing infrastructure, electric rates are a simple problem. Really, it's the capital cost divided by sales. So lower capital cost, more sales equals cheaper electric rates.
What does this mean to the average New Hampshire small business and the average homeowner in New Hampshire?
If we get this right, the electrification of large parts of our economy could lower electric rates, which would be a massive economic boon to the entire state of New Hampshire. If we get it wrong, the opposite will happen. And so that's why we need reform of these regulatory models.
Now, this coming week is Energy Week in New Hampshire, New Hampshire Energy Week. A lot of things taking place, right?
There are over 12 events happening all throughout the state of New Hampshire next week. Most of them are free to attend, so check out the website and come learn about how energy works.
NHEnergyweek.org. NHEnergyweek.org.
NHEnergyfutures.org, I think, is the website. So that's where you'll find it.
Energyfutures.org. Either one. Try them both. Thank you, Sam Evans-Brown, who is Executive Director of New Hampshire Clean Energy. Clean Energy New Hampshire. Thank you.
Thank you, Fred.
If you missed part of this briefing on energy and the change in peak, energy demand, you can go to WMUR.com, where it will be posted all this week.